People might be wondering, how often should you carry out scan? I think all throughout my pregnancy journey, I only did scan 3 times. So depending on your pregnancy, you will know the number of times you are meant to carry out a scan. So for the first scan, which is usually the first trimester when you discover that you're pregnant, they just want to check the number of babies you're having, if everything is fine, and to make sure it's not an ectopic pregnancy, that baby is growing inside the womb, and also know how far gone that you are. Although these dates that they usually give used to change, because sometimes as you get towards your third trimester, your expected date of delivery will change. You understand? They might give you, for example, they might give you 5th of April. While you are advancing during your second trimester, they are going to check you, and then they will give you another expected date of delivery. They might give you 15th of April. You get? There is still other way they will calculate your expected date of delivery. When they check the last time you saw your period, they are going to calculate it. But some people used to forget, when they don't keep track of their period date. If they see a doctor and the doctor asks them, when was the last time you saw your pregnancy, they will start thinking, I think it was so date. So it's very, very important to take note of your last period. Every month you can just have a journal where you jot down the day your period started, especially when you are planning to take in. After your first scan, your second scan is for them to also know if your baby is growing well. By that time, they can check the sex of your baby. For your second scan, they might take it to know the sex of your baby, if your baby has gotten to the position he or she is meant to be at, and all of that. For me, that second trimester, I was eager to know the sex of my baby so that I can know what to get, because I'm big on colors. Like, if I want to get, let me know that, okay, I'm getting this blue for a baby boy, the type of clothes I'm getting and all of that. If I'm getting a baby girl, let me know this is what I'm getting. But I've always prayed to God that I want a baby boy first. I have always prayed to God, because even before I got married, everything I have now, there's just something I do before I get into anything. I used to pray fervently for that thing, and I'll tell God, this is how I wish, this is how I want it to be, but let your will be done and everything. So I wanted to know the sex of the baby. The experience I had is that the doctor wanted me to go for a scan at that second trimester, to see everything. So I told him, please, I hope he included for them to check the sex of the baby, because they have a lab in the hospital. So the doctor is going to give you a something like a write-up or a written note, or the that has the hospital letterhead for you to take to the lab, and they are going to carry out the scan. So I told the doctor, please include the sex of the baby and everything. And the doctor they started telling me, why do you want to know the sex of the baby? That's one thing with Nigerian doctors. Why do you want, some Nigerian doctors, why do you want to know the sex of your baby? If your husband is disturbing you, tell him to it. I said, please excuse me, my husband is not after the sex, or he's not even asking me for the sex. I want to know, let me know the items I'm getting for my baby. He said, get any items. I said, please just include the sex. I want it to be included in the results that will be scanning and everything. Let me know. Is it your pregnancy? Is it your baby's sex? So he included it, and then I went for the scan, and that was when I knew I was having a baby boy, and I was so excited to shop. I started shopping. I had to shop twice. Yeah, I had to shop twice. Got the heavy things, or the most important things first, especially what I'll be using in my hospital bag, because at during antenatal they will give you a list of everything you'll be needing in the hospital and you'll be needing for your baby, but not everything. So I made sure, before I got the items, I was just searching online to see people's review on different brands and products. So it's made the buying very easy for me, because I know what I want, and I know the price range, and I prepared very well for it. So that was the highlight of my second trimester. Then for my third trimester, it was as if time was just moving like this. I was still active then. I was up and doing. Then I was strolling to the markets. I'll trek to the market. It was a form of exercise for me. I was taking evening walks with my husband, and it was during my I think 36 weeks I started squatting from time to time because I wanted to have my baby on time. I don't want to wait for the expected date. I want it to come. That's 2 weeks before the expected date and everything. So that was my target. And it was December. I was thinking I would be having a December baby. Because the expected date of delivery was 11th of January, and I was hoping that baby will come 2 weeks, as in 38 weeks or so. So I was just hoping that maybe 25th of December, because I was tired. During my third trimester, I have this nestling instinct whereby you start getting prepared for your baby. Then I'll just open my baby's wardrobe. I've already washed the clothes, dried them, I even ironed them. I arranged them. From time to time I'll go back to just see. I even paired the clothes my baby was going to wear for the first 1 week. This overall, this vest, this socks, this cap, I arranged it for the first 1 week and I kept it. Sometimes I'll just go back, let me check if there's anything I'm missing out on. The baby bed, I was just arranging everything, and then I started calling my mom. Now, mom, see, get ready, because this food I'm cooking today, I'm stocking my freezer, and I think this will be the last this thing I will be cooking. Please start getting ready. My mom said no problem, that she's ready. So I was just looking forward to the day I was going to deliver. Fast forward to, okay, is there any other thing? Did any other thing happen during my third trimester? I had a very big tummy. I had a very, very big tummy. But my first pregnancy, I had swollen feet. But my second pregnancy, I didn't have a swollen feet. The swollen feet was not really much. If I just sit down for a while, I will support my legs with pillow, it's going to go down and everything. So I was really active during my third trimester. Sometimes my husband will help me, will assist me, or will escort me. We'll go for evening walks and all of that. My third trimester, the highlight for it was I just felt like time was slow. I was just eating normal, and then the tiredness kicked in at some point. What else? And I was just preparing everything. I was just busy doing nothing at that point. But somehow I was telling my husband, I think I want to start doing something and everything. My husband said, calm down, give birth first and everything. I wanted to start an online business because I don't like staying idle. I don't like staying idle. So that period I would just breathe, and 25th December I was just saying, baby, how far won't you come out, so that I'll just relax. I'm not going to make Christmas food. My mom will come and do it. Yeah, my baby stayed there and I did Christmas. I had to make Christmas food. The whole restocking I did in the fridge, everything got finished. I had to start preparing another food. 1st of January, baby, how far? Come out this new year. It's new year. Don't do me like this. So yeah, my baby did not come out until 7th of January. I started having sign. I was like, it seems like this baby wants to come on the expected date. So for where? My baby did not come out. I gave birth on the 14th of January, 3 days after my expected date of delivery. That was 40 weeks and 3 days. When I went into labor, it was, that moment when you've waited and waited and waited, and at the end of the day, you've waited, and at the end of the day, you started seeing the symptoms. Because I was having Braxton Hicks during my third trimester, and I will be hoping that it's labor that wants to start. But I just realized that no, it's not labor. So when the real labor started, I was thinking it's the usual because my baby kicked there. Finally, the D-Day. The thing is that it started the previous night. I just noticed that contraction will come, and after 10 minutes it will go. It will come after 10 minutes, it will go and everything. So I started telling my husband that I think it's labor. I think it's labor and everything. Let's go to the hospital. In as much as I know that I need to wait until the contractions are closer, probably 5 minutes gap or 3 minutes gap, or if my water breaks, that's when I need to go to the hospital. But I'm eager to see my baby. So I told my husband that please let's go to the hospital. Went to the hospital that night, I think around 10:30 p.m. and they checked me. They said I'm just 1 cm dilated. I should go back home. I was feeling so sad. I was like, hey, all these contractions, just 1 cm, I'm just 1 cm dilated. It wasn't funny. We had to go back home. But that night I did not sleep because the contraction would come and go. My husband was just telling me sorry, was just trying to make sure I felt okay. I was feeling hot, as in everything was just happening at the same time. I was just waiting for morning. So in the morning I told my husband that I would and the app I told you people about, that pregnancy app, helped me with that counter, because you have contraction counter. When you have your first contraction, you tap on it. It's going to help you count the duration of the contraction. As soon as it stops, you stop it. So it's going to help you, instead of you counting manually, it's going to help you count it automatically. So when you just feel the first contraction, you click on the contraction button. It is going to help you keep track on the time of the the contraction. So when I knew that okay, baby will be here, me an arrangement, as in I don't want to call myself a perfectionist, but I just like seeing things in order and everything. I started sweeping the house. I had to wash my toilet that day. I was having contractions. Me and tidying up my space. The thing is, I used to tidy up my toilet Wednesdays and Saturdays. I didn't do that the previous day, so it was on a Thursday I had to start cleaning my toilet and everything. My husband said, won't you leave that thing? I said, no sweetie, let me wash it, let me just use it and keep myself busy. And then during the last week of my pregnancy, when I waited and no contraction, I didn't go into labor, I started doing Kegel exercises, different exercise. I took dates just to speed up the whole thing. But I think the baby knows what he wants. He knows the day he wants to come. I did all of that and I made something for us to eat. I was just trying to keep myself busy and distract myself with the contraction. But whenever the contraction comes, I have my phone close by. I'm just going to click on the contraction timer and all of that. So my husband just got my hospital bags ready. He kept them in the car waiting for us to go when the contraction is closer. As soon as it was 5 minutes gap, I told my husband we need to start going to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. They checked me. I was already 3 cm dilated. You can imagine, since from the previous day till the next day, 3 cm dilated. So they had to admit me. So they took me to the prenatal ward, and afterwards, when I was up to 4 cm dilated, they took me to the labor ward. That was when I had my baby. So this is my pregnancy journey. I don't want to include the labor experience. I think I've talked about the labor ward, but if I have not talked about it like I did on my pregnancy journey, I'm going to make a separate video for it. So the pregnancy tips I'm going to leave with you today is that you should take your prenatal vitamins very seriously. It is very, very important. You need it for your baby to develop very well, especially during their fetus stage. Secondly, take lots of water and fruits. You see that fruits, if you take fruits, you see that your baby's skin will be so smooth, so fresh when you give birth to them. So in summary, you see, pregnancy journey is not a child's play. It is all about sacrifice. You need to understand that going through the process or the journey of pregnancy, you need the support you can get from your family, from your friends, and then you need God, because it's God that can help you and see you through the journey of pregnancy. We've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, I would like you to leave a comment in the comment section about your pregnancy experience. You can leave the highlights of your first trimester, second or third trimester. I'll be waiting in the comment section. Please support this channel by liking this video, comment and share so that others can benefit from it and YouTube can recommend my videos to other viewers. Thank you for watching my videos and see you on the next one. Bye.